Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran.
Tunay, love you! Huwag ka magalala, nakuruban kita!
Siya'y isang simpleng tao, aking napatunayan. Mapagpakumbaba sa madla at maging sa kaibigan. Siya ay idolo ng marami, matanda at kabataan. Idolo ng inyong lingkod at tunay kong hinahangaan. At ngayong nakita ko na ang tunay na agila sa buong Pilipinas, siya'y aking ipapakilala. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh sa mga kapatid nating Muslim. Maying buntag at magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Welcome dito sa SA4U. Live po tayo dito sa Davao City ngayong araw ng Lunes. Happy Women's Month po sa ating mga kababayang Pilipina sa buong bansa at maging sa buong mundo. At sa ngalan ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, Teko Campo. Nitong weekend, sunod-sunod ang isinagawang pagbibisita ni Mayor Sara Duterte sa iba't ibang bahagi ng Metro Manila sa ngalan ng Uniteam. Unang binisita ni Mayor Sara ang mga kapatid nating Muslim sa Manila Golden Mosque and Cultural Center sa Quiapo, Maynila. Labis na ikinatuwa ng alkalde matapos mabigyan ng pagkakataon na may pahayag ang plataforma ng Uniteam sa pangunguna ni Apo Bongbong Marcos sa harap ng mga kapatid nating Muslim sa Maynila. Ang napakainit ng pagtanggap at pagpakita nila ng suporta ay siyang mas nagpapalakas ng loob ng Uniteam na harapin ang mga problema ng bansa, lalo na sa gitna ng nararanasang pandemya. Samantala, binisita rin ng alkalde ang Happy Land sa Tondo, Maynila, kung saan nakasalamuhan niya ang mga residente na karamihan ay nasa pangangalakal ang hanap buhay. Dito sa Barangay 105 Covered Court sa Tondo, nagtipon-tipon ang daan-daang mga kasapi ng iba't ibang grupo tulad ng Urban Poors of Happy Land, Gawad Kalinga, Helping Hand at Aroma. Baka sa kanilang mga mukha ang saya sa kanilang pakikipagkita kay Mayor Sara Duterte. Muling ipinahayag ng alkalde ang kanyang taus-pusong pasasalamat sa kanilang suporta, kasabay ng pagtiyak sa kanila na aasahan nila ang kanyang tulong upang umangat ang kanilang pamumuhay. At sa kanyang pagpunta sa Happy Land sa Tondo, Maynila, nagkaroon din ng pagkakataon si Mayor Sara na makausap at makilala ang ilang residente na nabubuhay sa pangangalakal. At dito, labis ang paghanga ng alkalde sa kanila dahil sa kabila ng kanilang kahirapan, naitawid pa rin nila ng maayos ang kanilang pamumuhay. Kaya mas nahikayat si Mayor Sara Duterte na tulungan sila sa pamamagitan ng patas na oportunidad at edukasyon. Tunghayan po natin ang pakikipagkwento ni Mayor Sara Duterte sa isang pamilya sa Happy Land.
Okay, mabuti ha. Paano magsalot?
Hindi ko kunin.
Masbate po kami.
Tapos lumipat kayo dito.
Parang bakasyon lang po kami dito sa ate ko. Hindi na kami po nakabalik kasi sa hanap buhay kasi namin sa Masbate. Ay, di ba yung kasama sila? Kaya dito na lang siya.
Mas mahirap pa ang buhay doon kaysa
Nahirapan kasi kami. Wala na pag-atulog. Ang paghahanap buhay namin. Kasi matumal kasi mami. Ngayon na kinikita namin, pinakatas namin 100, 150, ganun lang. Minsan 80 lang. Eh, nagabayad pa kami po sa pagpatapon.
Hindi pa kayo nagpaplano na maghanap ng ibang trabaho? Huwag sa basura?
Kasi makakuha na kami na ibang trabaho. Pwede naman sana magkaroon kami na trabaho dito.
Pero siguraduhin natin, ma'am, na kung pinili ninyo na dito talaga magtrabaho, dito tumira, mapagtapos natin yung mga bata.
Yun lang naman po namin ninaka na yun na makapagtapos sa mga anak ko.
Po, para
Namin na buhay na
Oo.
mga
para yung kung ano yung paghihirap natin, hindi nila
hindi nila maranasan.
Sa pamilya nila.
Dati kumakain kami lugaw, hindi na ngayon ma'am. Kanin na kahit kalating kilo, 3/4 gano'n, nakakasya na rin sa amin ma'am. Ayun na.
Ano pang pwedeng magawa ng local government ninyo, ma'am? Ano pang pwedeng magawa ng gobyerno?
Ano maka?
Pwede pa siguro man ako mag-janitor.
Oo.
Pwede pa siguro, kaya ko. Kaya ko pa mag-janitor.
Nasa trabaho sana ng ayos. Hindi habang pagpamangasura lang.
Oo nga, oo nga po.
Para mapagtapos namin mga anak namin.
Ano?
Narayuman ako, pati dito eh.
Oo. Ano na po bang edad ninyo, sir?
Ito.
Hindi naman magkalayo yung edad natin. Mayroon yung na.
Narayuman na siya ma'am kasi paggagaling kasi sa biyahe, naghuhugas eh.
Oo nga. Dapat wag na maligo sa gabi. Sa umaga naman na pagkatapos. Sa gabi yung trabaho ninyo, no?
Opo, sa pamamasura.
Tapos natutulog kayo sa umaga. Oo. Dapat hindi kasi naliligo kapag pagod. Paano naman na yung ligo ninyo dito, ma'am?
May tubig po ma'am, yung nagpakuan po kami ng tubig sa Nawasa. Eh, kinsinas katapos ang bayad namin. Eh, pag may kinikita, makabayad. Pagpan ko. Sunod-sunod din.
Masinsurin ng buhay namin dito.
Opo.
Namin nasikip ng pamamasura.
Opo. Salamat sa pagtanggap ninyo sa amin dito at pagkwento sa amin kung ano yung buhay ninyo. At yun nga ma'am, sana mapagtapos natin yung mga bata.
Yun lang naman po kung gusto namin makapagtapos kahit napilit namin makapag-aral sila ma'am kasi hirap kasi buhay ma'am eh.
Oo nga eh. Oo.
Sila naman ang tutulong sa atin. Ganoon lang naman.
Sabi ko nga sa kanila kahit magtrabaho sila, basta nila pag-aaral at nila pagpabayaan.
Yung dalawa ba na nagpamilya na tumutulong pa o hindi dahil may pamilya na sila?
Hindi pa po mami. May pamilya na nga, hindi din sa amin ma'am nakatulong. Kami patuloy na tumutulong mami.
Ganun talaga ang magulang din po. Opo.
Hindi pa namin ma'am sila sapat na mapaanan na tinutulungan pa.
Hindi pa nga mapahiwalay ng malayo-layo sa bahay.
Nandito pa rin sila sa amin.
Dito pa rin.
Kayo pa rin yung...
Oo, nalapitan lang.
Wala nang problema kanila.
Araw-gabi.
Nakakatanggap... 4-piece ba kayo?
Opo ma'am.
4-piece kayo? Opo. So nakakatanggap kayo ng regular na...
Opo ma'am. Eh, natatanggap ako sa corpus. Ito ma'am, ang namin bahay, napapaayos ko rin, napabato ko rin at papaano.
Oo. Tapos nakakatanggap din kayo ng mga ayuda, yung sa AI, yung, sa tupad.
Sa tupad. Sa tupad po, yun sa yung tagi-1,000 po. O sa pan. Yun, nakakuha din kami. Nakakuha din kami.
Nakakatulong naman
Opo,
yun.
malaking bagay po sa amin, ma'am, nakatulong din sa amin.
kung ano pong maitulong namin, pwede niyo pong sabihin sa amin para nagagawan po ng paraan ng gobyerno.
Yun nga po, ang aming pag-aaral ng buhay sa pagbabago namin kasi sa NH ito
Ganun ba? Sa NH ba to?
magre-replace sa Bulacan kami yata kasi hindi pa namin sigurado kung kailan kami dito mag-replace. Yung hinto lang kasi ma'am kasi di ba pwede yun.
Nga pandemic kaya hindi kayo nalipat. Pero meron kayong mga kasamahan na nalipat na?
Meron na po, nandun na sa Batya, sa Naik.
Ano naman yung hanap buhay nila doon?
Andoon din ma'am, nagbalikan din sila dito, binibinta din ng Davao, tapos para magbalikan dito kasi mahirap din doon ma'am. Andito din sa nagbalikan din sila.
So nabigyan na sila ng bahay, nabigyan sila ng lupa, nalipat sila doon, maayos, pero bumalik pa rin dito.
Kasi
Dito
yun
ulit
yan.
naghanap buhay.
Ang hanap buhay kasi ma'am, mahirap.
So hindi pa rin nasolusyonan.
Hindi pa rin po ma'am, kasi bumabalik pa rin.
Mga ilan sa mga lumipat doon ang bumalik dito?
Marami-rami din ma'am nagbabalikan sila dito, kay lalo na sa araw ma'am, marami doon.
Kaya yung nalisan nila rito. Sila naman uli ang bumalik.
Pero lang kung may anak sila dito, babalik sila dito sa
Yung mga anak nila. Tapos ibinibenta nila yung nandoon. Parang paikot-ikot na lang tayo sa
Kaya
sa problema at walang solusyon.
walang solusyon, pagkikitaan. Pagkikitaan.
Ang importante po ma'am, matapos yung mga bata sa pag-aaral para hindi po sila namamasura. Mas maganda po yung trabaho. Doon po tayo
Kasi nahihirapan tayo kami para sa mga anak ko, lalo na lalo na pag ibabalik ang pista sa baon ko, ganun. Doon kami nakupanan. Pero mas maganda na rin magbalik face to face ma'am kasi nahirapan kami magturo sa mga anak namin sa online kasi nawawalan signal eh.
Oo.
Nawawalaan.
Hindi pa sila module?
Inilipat ko po sila ma'am sa module ngayon kasi hindi namin maman online talaga nasusunod eh. Linipat namin sa module. Ay, kaso naman, pag sa module naman, nahirapan din ako magturo kasi
Turuan din namin.
yun, ang panganay ko, ang tagaturo sa kanya, sa kanilang 4, sa grade 4 ko, kag 3 grade 2.
Ano po nakakaapekto sa ninyo? Kalakal. Ano po yung nakakaapekto? Bakit minsan meron, minsan wala, minsan marami, minsan hindi?
Kaya minsan natumal ba?
Matumal yun sa minsan, halimbawa may linis bahay po, nabayad po sila sa medyo malaki-laki doon. Pero pag wala po, regular lang na nangungulikta lang sa baybay ng basura, regular lang din ang bayad sa iyo, mga 10 piso, 15, ganun po ang bayad sa iyo. Eh pag kumita kami ng 100, bayad din namin sa tapon, 50 din, hindi na sa kalahati na. Eh yun ang kita namin na pangpa namin. Dinalaan namin yun sa pangkain namin, panggabi, sa pang-araw.
May iba pa po ba kayong pinagkakakitaan, kabuhayan?
Wala po. Dito lang po sa mga bata. Kami yun lang, pamamasura lang talaga po namin. Kung halimbawa may mga bigayan suki namin na medyo maganda-ganda na gamit, yun, binibinta namin para dagdag namin sa pagkain namin.
Patuloy po nating subaybayan ang iba pang mga kaganapan ng BBM Sara Unity Team. Dito pa rin po sa Mayor Sara Duterte Facebook page at Inday Sara Duterte YouTube channel. Magbabalik pa po ang Sara All For You.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Ba't ka sumali dyan? Ipanlalaki yan. Yun talaga yung mga naririnig ko that time eh.
Ako po ay galing sa mahirap na pamilya. Tuloy pa rin ang buhay, lumalaban pa rin ako.
Kaya nga ang ginawa ko, talagang nagsumikap ako sa lahat ng paraan na pwedeng mabuhay kami.
Fulfilling. Kasi parang dugot pawis po yung pinagdaanan namin during training.
Lahat ng mga leader ng LGBT mag-meeting kasi mayroon daw ibigay na programa ang gobyerno tulad ng mga livelihood.
The world will be a better place if objective po yung kagandahan.
Ang kagandahan sa akin, it's for everybody.
Maganda ako dahil nakasurvive ako sa hirap ng buhay ko noon.
Ako si Inday AJ, sasagitin ka sa anumang panganib.
Ako si Inday Masoy, kakampi mo sa hamon ng buhay.
Ako po si Inday Darwin, hahasain ang inyong isip tungo sa magandang buhay. Inday will always love you.
Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa.
Maliban sa grupo ng mga riders, naging bahagi rin ang ilang personalidad sa ginanap na Mahalin Natin ang Pilipinas Ride ni Mayor Sara Duterte. Isa sa mga grupong nagbigay ng suporta ay ang mga content creators ng Davao City. Tunghayan natin ang naging karanasan ni Wang Ising ng Digos Good Vibes. Panoorin po natin.
Hello po, my name is Joey Mart Patos, aka Wang Ising from Digos Good Vibes. And of course, ang Digos Good Vibes po ay isang grupo ng vlogger from Davao na nakatira na ngayon sa Digos, pero formally taga Davao po kami. Tapos po, yun lang po. Sa kabaitan po ni Mayor Inday Sara Duterte po, na-experience ko po yung pandemic po na time. Yung pandemic po na time po, tapos yung lahat po ng mga entertainment, mga stand-up comedian, mga banda, mga ganun po is nawala po talaga totally kasi wala pong mga events. So, that time po na yon is may live si Mayor Inday Sara sa Facebook, tapos nag-guest po kami, tapos tinanong po kami kung ano ba daw yung mga namin, mga needs namin. Nakatanggap po kami ng ayuda at saka mga grocery galing po sa kanya. Thank you so much. Mahalin Natin ang Pilipinas Rise. Ang na-experience po namin unang-una po nung nakapunta po kami doon sa malaking dome ni Shum, doon sa may buhangin. Na first time ko po, para akong na-ignorante, pero ang ganda talaga ng experience ko doon kasi first time ko nakita ng dome na malaki at maraming mga suga. Tiningnan ko talaga yung bag-rides namin kasi sumabay kami sa rides ni Mayor Inday Sara po. Marami po talagang tao na nakahabang sa kanya sa mga karsada at naghintay para lang po makita siya. So nakita ko po talaga na ganun talaga kabait si Mayor Inday Sara kasi hindi lang siya sa Davao kilala, kundi kilala siya sa buong Pilipinas. Thank you. Siyempre po nung sumama kami sa rides ni Mayor Inday Sara po, ang gusto lang po namin is makita siya tapos makapagawa po ng video. So, suddenly po hindi po namin siya nakita kasi po medyo napagod po si Mayor Sara kasi po nagmumotor lang siya na padulong doon. Nagmumotor lang po siya padulong doon. Tapos, yun, na-experience namin is nakita-kita kami ng mga nakita-kita kami ng ibang vlogger sa Davao at sa Mindanao. Ayun, nagtapo kami doon at nag-istorya kami. At tapos nakasinabot kami na mag-suportahan namin si Inday Sara. Yung experience na yun ay napakasaya ko po kasi po first time ko makita si Mayor Inday Sara doon sa Bislig. First time ko talaga yun, pero nasa malayuan lang kasi po marami pong pulis, basing madakpan kami kasi bawal mo doon sa kanya. Yun yung na-experience ko na nakita ko siya. Maganda sa personal, mabait sa personal, kasing ganda po kami. Hindi lang kami na nakatira sa Davao ang naka-appreciate sa kabaitan po ng ating mayor na soon to be a vice president. Hindi lang kami ang naka-appreciate, kundi marami kami, halos lahat ng lumulupyo sa Pilipinas. Naka-appreciate talaga sa kabaitan niya kasi po, imagine niyo po, from from 5 a.m. po na naghintay na pala sila doon sa Bislig. Pero na 5 a.m. tapos po parang dumating po si Mayor Inday Sara 4 p.m. na po ng hapon, pero nandun pa rin sila po kasi witness po kami kasi po nauna po kami doon sa kay Sara gamay, nauna po kami gamay at may mga naano po ako doon mga kinausap, sabi nila 5 p.m. pa daw sila ng morning. Ganun po nila kamahal si Inday Sara po. Yun po yun napakabait at napaka-ano po talaga ni Ma'am Sara kasi po na-appreciate lahat ng mga Pilipino. Nagpapasalamat po kami ng marami kasi po love niyo po talaga yung lahat ng mga LGBTQ community. Thank you so much po Ma'am Sara po at hindi ka namin pababayaan sa laban mo. Laban nating lahat. Laban tayo.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Andiyan sa puso natin yung hindi humuhusga sa ibang tao.
Yun pong tao na handang tumulong, yung mga instrumentong ginagamit ni Lord. Yun pong ililift up ako, yung magbigay ng encouragement.
Marunong makisama kasi yung tao naman na nakakaharap mo araw-araw, kung maganda yung pakikitungo mo, babalik din sa'yo lahat ng kagandahan na ginawa mo para sa kanila.
Ako si Inday Nila, person with disability. Aalagaan ka.
Ako si Inday Lai, sasamahan kita.
Ako po si Inday Jane, handang maglingkod, isang Inday. Inday will always love you.
Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa.
Bago po tayo magbasa ng messages mula sa ating viewers, shoutout muna sa mga grupong sumusuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, kay Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa Uniteam. Let's Go Uniteam Coalition! Kislap kay Inday Sara, lilipad ang Pilipinas. Isip Pilipinas o Inday Sara, ikalawang Pangulo ng Pilipinas. At ISDA, Inday Sara Duterte Alliance. At Sara tayo. Mensahe po mula kay, ayun na, lumabas na kanina. Mula kay Rex Mamawag. Sure winner ang mahal kong Vice President. Ayan, maraming salamat po, Rex. At I'm sure tuwang-tuwa po si Mayor Sara Duterte sa inyong walang sawang suporta sa kanya at sa buong Unity. Maraming salamat po. Mula naman kay Elska. Mabuhay po kayo, aming Vice Presidente, Inday Sara Duterte Carpio. Maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, ang ating future Vice President ng bansa. Mula kay Janet de la Cruz, wow, Inday Sara, bisita gyud sa Balay-Balay. Daghang salamat, Janet. At sa mga sumusuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte at kay Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa buong Unity, maraming salamat. Mula kay Dodong Bay Court, rock and roll na tong tanang mga mga bay ay. Ayan, maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa buong Unity. Mula naman kay Jasmine Hiswitas Morales, hi VP Inday Sara Duterte, sana po makita po kita one of these days. Ayan. I'm sure magkikita talaga kayo ni Mayor Sara. Maraming salamat sa inyong suporta. Mula naman kay Proud Solo Mother, your subscribes help a lot. Ayun, we love you, Inday from Bohol, from Bujol. Daghang salamat sa inyong suporta kang Mayor Sara Duterte diha sa Bohol. Daghang salamat. Mula naman kay Milda Sinabre, good morning Sir Teco Campo and Mayor Inday Sara Duterte. Maraming salamat po Milda Sinabre sa inyong suporta. At mula naman kay Winnie M. El Vambuena, sigurado na panalo na. Maayong buntag, Inday, Sara, BBM. Nako, marami pong salamat sa inyong suporta sa BBM Sara Unity Team. Mula naman kay Sigundino Puentenegra, absolutely, Inday Sara Duterte will be the next Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines. Tumpak. Wala nang iba.
Inday Sara, ikaw ang atin na.
Sa idinaos na Grand Rally ng Uniteam sa Sorsogon sa pangunguna ni Apo Bongbong Marcos at Uniteam senatorial candidates, dala pa rin ng mga artists for Sara ang mensahe ni Mayor Sara Duterte kasabay ng kanilang pag-perform sa harap ng daang-daang supporters ng BBM Sara Uniteam. Tunghayan natin ang ilang highlights sa ginanap na Grand Rally sa Sorsogon.
Magandang araw, maayong adlaw sa tanan. Taos puso po ako ang nagpapasalamat sa inyong ipinapakitang pagmamahal at suporta sa aking kandidatura bilang Vice President ng ating mahal na bansa. Isusulong ng unit team ang build, build, build at pagsugpo sa krimen at iligal na droga sa programa ni Pangulong Duterte. Magagawa natin ang mga ito kung malakas at matatag ang ating pagkakaisa.
At kahit isa lang ang pagkasunduan natin, kahit wala na tayong pinagkasunduan sa ating usapan, isa lang ang pagkasunduan natin na makamit natin itong pagkakaisa. Pagkasunduan po natin mga Pilipino na tayong mga Pilipino ay gagawin natin lahat ng ating kayang gawin upang tulungan ang ating kapwa Pilipino, pagandahin ang kanilang buhay at pagandahin ang Pilipinas. Yung dapat po tayo magsisimula tayo po ang kakabuhay. Ipapatuloy po natin ang nasa puso natin na nagmamahal sa kapwa Pilipino. Ipapatuloy po natin ang nasa upan natin na kailangan kagandahin natin. Gawin po natin ito. At ito po ay bilang mahalaga na maaaring servisyo na ibibigay ng mundo.
Bago tayo po magpaalam, shoutout muna sa mga grupong patuloy ang suporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa buong Unity, Super Inday, Sara All, Masada o Marcos Sara Duterte Alliance, Inday Cares at iba't ibang BBM Sara Unity Chapter sa buong mundo. At dyan po nagtatapos ang Sara All for You ngayong araw ng Lunes. Marami pong salamat sa inyong patuloy na pagsubaybay sa ating programa. Patuloy tayong mag-ingat laban sa COVID-19. Hindi lang para sa atin, kundi para rin sa ating mga mahal sa buhay. Kaya always wear your face mask, observe social distancing, at magpabakuna po o booster shot po tayo. At sa ngalan ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, puso at serbisyo, Tech Ocampo. At ito po ang Sara All For You.
Sara Zimmerman Duterte is a Filipino politician and lawyer. She is popularly known in the Philippines as Inday Sara. The nickname Inday means beloved in the Visayan language. In her baptism records, her name is Sara Vicenta, in honor of her grandfather, Vicente. She is the second child of Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the 16th President of the Republic of the Philippines, and Elizabeth Zimmerman Duterte, a former flight attendant and teacher. Sara is the first ever elected woman and the youngest vice mayor and mayor of Davao City. Her life is profoundly backdropped by her family's long history in politics and public service. Her socio-political acumen and leadership skills have been sharpened by the Duterte family's tradition of working in the government and serving the people. Sara's grandfather, lawyer Vicente Tete Gonzales Duterte, was governor of the then undivided Davao province from 1959 to 1965. For 3 years, starting 1965, he served as a Secretary of General Services of former President Ferdinand Marcos. Before this, he served as acting mayor of Cebu's municipality of Danao from 1946 to 1948. Sara's Lolo Tete was a man remembered by many for his humility and magnanimity. Her grandmother, Soledad Gonzales Roa, was an educator who established a foundation in Davao City that served indigenous people's children needing education. On the other hand, Sara's maternal ancestry provided her with an acute understanding of the heart of the working class. Her maternal grandfather, Godofredo Baldazo Zimmerman, was the son of George John Zimmerman, a German-American missionary, and Cristita Baldazo, who hailed from Hilongos, Leyte. Her lolo Godo worked his way up from crew to ship captain. Sara's grandmother, Purissima Puring Fortunado Abellana, was an exuberant popular vendor in Davao City's Bangkerohan and Manila's Baclaran markets. Puring's roots are traced back to Tuburan, Cebu, and is said to be a putative descendant of Hari Tupas, the son-in-law of Hari Humabon. Before politics, Sara had a brief stint as a court attorney in the Supreme Court of the Philippines in 2006. She then served as vice mayor from 2007 to 2010 and was elected mayor in 2010 in what is now known as the biggest landslide election victory in the history of Davao. Although a newcomer in 2007, Sara demonstrated transformational leadership skills among the members of the City Council. Her colleague, the veteran legislator Pilar Braga, described her as a firm, principled, tactful negotiator, pacifier, and fearless administrator. One of the landmark legislation passed when she was vice mayor was the Watershed Code of Davao. It aims to protect, conserve, and manage the watershed areas of the city. Her landmark project while serving vice mayor was Inday Para sa Barangay, a whole-of-government approach to service every year in each of the 182 barangays of the city. It is now called the Caravan of Government Services when she moved to the city mayor's office. During her term as mayor, the timeless Davao Life is Here brand was created. It propelled Davao City's image as a desired market and destination for investment and tourism events, including the meetings, incentives, conference, exhibitions market. As a neophyte mayor in 2010, she easily gained the trust of Region 11 economic pillars. Then President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. appointed her as chairperson of the Regional Development Council. The RDC under her leadership made notable accomplishments that propelled the region. She was also selected as a NEDA Board Regional Development Committee Mindanao Area Committee chairperson. During her first full year as RDC chairperson, Davao Region's gross regional domestic product expanded from 3.9% in 2011 to 7.1% in 2012. Because of this notable accomplishment, Sara was lauded by Joey Salceda, a prominent economist and well-respected member of the House of Representatives, as someone with an enlightened leadership style and sophisticated economic thinking. Under Sara's leadership, Davao City soared to greater heights and emerged as a premier city in Mindanao. For the short period of 2011 to 2013, Davao City received 36 awards, citations, and recognitions for good governance, business, tourism, health, environment, fiscal management, transparency, among others. Sara served as a regional officer of the National Movement of Young Legislators in 2007 to 2010 and served as officer in the National Executive Board of the League of Cities Philippines in 2010 to 2013. At this point, she already figured in the early surveys for senators in the 2013 elections, even if she was underage. In 2013, Sara took a respite from politics, devoting her time as one of the partner lawyers of Carpio and Duterte lawyers. She passed the pre-judicature program of the Philippine Judicial Academy in preparation for her plans to join the judiciary. Her desire to continue serving the public led her to be involved in a non-government organization, and in 2014, she was elected to the Board of Governors of the Philippine Red Cross. On the side, she worked on various product endorsements and as a segment host for a local morning news show on GMA Network. Her hosting job gave her the opportunity to volunteer, deliver relief, and report firsthand on the damage and the needs of the Boholanos during the 2013 earthquake. In 2016, Sara re-entered local politics and ran for mayor. She and her mother Elizabeth, who was in between cancer treatments, embarked on a national bus caravan called Biyaheng Duterte to help campaign for President Duterte. They were joined by some members of the family and Sara's friends and classmates from high school. Fresh from the success of the bus campaign, the centerpiece of her mayoral comeback was called Biyaheng Duterte, a political agenda guided by 30 projects for 10 priority sectors: education, health, poverty alleviation, infrastructure development, solid waste management and environment, agriculture, investment and tourism, traffic and transportation management, disaster risk reduction and management, and peace and order. As a believer of continuity, Sara's 2019 mayoral re-election bid was anchored on the 2016 platform, but this time called Biyaheng Duterte, the second trip. Sara relentlessly pursued peace and progress in her administration. As a result, she was able to lift Davao City to a stellar national status with 117 awards, citations, and recognitions from March 2017 to December 2021. Davao City is included on the 2021 Top 10 Richest Cities of the Philippines of the Commission on Audit. And in the same year, Davao City was ranked the 4th most competitive, highly urbanized city by the Department of Trade and Industry. At the end of calendar year 2022, Davao City is expected to be debt-free. At the start of 2016, when she returned as mayor, Davao City's loan balance was in the amount of 1.3 billion pesos out of all loans contracted by the city during the years 2000, between 2005 and 2010, and in 2015. Loan repayments have been consistently provided for in the budget. For the year 2022, the amount of 46.7 million pesos has been made available for the final repayment, making Davao City debt-free. During her terms as mayor between 2016 and 2022, she played supporting roles to the Regional Development Council and the Regional Peace and Order Council. Sara accepted the challenge of the appointment as chairperson of both the Metropolitan Davao Coordinating Committee under the RDC and the Task Force Tuganay of the RPOC. Both committees are trailblazing peace and development initiatives in Region 11. The Metro Davao Committee lists as an accomplishment the House of Representatives and Senate approval of the creation of Metropolitan Davao Development Authority. Sara has been recognized both here and abroad for the work that she has done as local chief executive. In 2012, she was one of the 88 nominees to the prestigious World Mayor Awards and one of the only 2 Filipino mayor nominees. In 2021, she was selected as the Philippines' top-performing mayor with a rating of 93% by an independent and non-commissioned survey of the RP Mission and Development Foundation, Incorporated. It was a feat achieved in the time of the crushing COVID-19 pandemic. Foreign governments have also recognized Sara for her work, generously supporting and inviting her to learn from their countries. She was one of only 2 Philippine mayors invited in 2012 by the government of Israel to attend the 28th International Mayors Conference. In that same year, she also participated in the World Mayors Forum in Singapore. In 2018, Sara participated in an urban planning study tour in the cities of Tokyo and Kitakyushu with the Japan International Cooperation Agency. And in 2020, she attended the 88th Winter Meeting of the United States Conference of Mayors in Washington, D.C. Sara is an alumna of the International Visitors Leadership Program of the U.S. State Department. Her advocacies are reflected in the projects dearest to her, the Peace 911, Magnegosyo Taday, Pagbabago Campaign, and the Kian Gabriel Hotline. Peace 911 is a successful local peace initiative that practically brought stability to the once conflict area of Paquibato District in Davao City. The project contributed to the collapse of the New People's Army Guerrilla Front 55. Magnegosyo Taday is a livelihood support project that encourages entrepreneurship of women. The success of MTD spawned the Rainbow Magnegosyo Taday that intend to support entrepreneurship in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual community. The Pagbabago Campaign is a 2-pronged approach to solving interlocking problems related to poverty, children's education, and responsible parenthood. Through the Pagbabago Campaign, children and parents in the communities are given bags branded as Pagbabago that contain reading materials on the importance of education and responsible parenting. Sara personally delivers these bags to children and parents. She uses her voice and influence to steer families into the right path out of poverty. The Kian Gabriel Hotline was created to allow anonymous reporting of child neglect and abuse that paved the way to rescue children in distress. The hotline was created in memory of 2 children in Davao City who died because of abuse. Since its operationalization in October 2016 and as of January 2022, no child has died at the hands of abusers in the city. In 2018, Sara led the creation of Hugpong ng Pagbabago, a region-wide political party aimed at creating a strong, peaceful, and developed region that can become a symbol of hope for our country's progress. Just like in 2016, she also went around the country in 2019, but this time on her favorite big bike, a 900cc Yamaha XSR, she fondly named Ella to help campaign for senator candidates. In November 2021, Sara took her oath as a member of the Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats National Party. Sara is currently the chairperson of both the HNP and Lakas CMD. Sara is an adopted member of the Philippine Military Academy Maharlika Class of 1984 and the Philippine National Police Academy Tagapagkalinga Class of 1991. She is a member of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Armed Forces of the Philippines Army Reserve Command. She holds the rank of Colonel and is currently the Assistant Brigade Commander of the 2202nd Ready Reserve Combined Arms Brigade, Philippine Army. She has received several medals, ribbons, badges, and citations for her work in Davao in support of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. She also received a presidential award from former President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. and the Philippine Commission for the Urban Poor in December 2011. And in August 2021, Sara was celebrated by Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards as someone who has contributed to the creation of a brighter future. Sara is a Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy graduate from the San Pedro College in Davao City. She received her Juris Doctor degree from the San Sebastian College Recoletos in the city of Manila. She was presented as one of the 30 most outstanding St. Augustine awardees of San Sebastian in January 2014 and was granted by the San Sebastian College of Law the Distinguished Alumna Award for Public Service in February 2020. She also received the Distinguished Woman of Service Award from the San Beda College Alumni Association in February 2011. Sara spent 4 years of law school at the San Beda and her final year in San Sebastian. Sara is a graduate in 2011 of the twin program of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Command and General Staff College, General Staff Course, and the Development Academy of the Philippines, Master of Public Management. Sara is blessed as an adopted member of the Ata tribe of Davao City in 2013. She was given the name Bio Simulun. She is also an adopted daughter of the province of Camarines Sur and the city of Tangub, and in 2019, she was blessed as an adopted daughter of the province of Abras Tingyan tribe, given the name Dulimaman, which was inspired from the courageous heroine in the tribe's epic Wadagan Ken Dulimaman. Sara was once involved in an infamous punching incident of a court sheriff in 2011. She has twice publicly apologized for what happened and was suspended by the Department of the Interior and Local Government and reprimanded through an administrative case. Looking back, she describes the sad incident as a turning point in her life as a politician, a constant reminder not to embarrass the mandate given to me by the people. She now considers herself the best person to talk about peace because she was once a national face of rage. Meanwhile, Sara has a collection of photos of herself with facades and altars of numerous Catholic churches taken during her travels all around the country. She is keenly interested in the architecture and history of Catholic churches, believing that each reflect the faith of the people and the uniqueness of the towns where these churches are built. She is married to fellow lawyer Manassas Reyes Carpio, and they have 3 children named Shark, Stingray, and Stonefish. Inday Sara is undoubtedly no magician, but the strength of her heart to lift everyone and soar high, fight, and win makes her second to none.